But now, Malcolm Allison against Alan Mullery. And during the World Cup, as you no doubt remember, Malcolm Allison never disguised the fact that he thought that Alan Mullery was not the player for England. He was always full of criticism of Alan Mullery's play. And indeed, in this morning's papers, Malcolm Allison is quoted again as saying, Mullery is a good, strong, slow player. But how can you compare him with Colin Bell, who was head and shoulders above everyone? Another point made by Malcolm Allison in his attack on Alan Mullery was that he too rarely scored goals. Well, the goal he got against West Germany in the World Cup and the one he scored against Crystal Palace last week certainly belie that fact.
Mullery not being given a specific marking job at the moment. Way over the far side is Keith Newton, and it's a good ball for him. Newton should take his pass over us now, run at him. Through ball for Mullery! Alan Mullery! Alan Mullery!
Mullery. Knowles. Steve Perryman. Goes in to touch it off now for Mullery to drive it. Oh, a fine goal by Mullery.
So off we go. Alan Mullery against Malcolm Allison. Referee, if required, Jimmy Hill.
Well, I think I might be required, Malcolm. The point I want to make to you to start with is that I think everybody respected your view of Alan Mullery at the start of the World Cup, but he was playing so well and you didn't change it. I gave you 2 or 3 opportunities and you really refused to admit that he'd had a good World Cup. Why was that?
He couldn't change his mind. He couldn't change. He made himself look a laughing stock on television, wouldn't he, if he'd changed his mind? He's a big man. Well, he thinks he's a big man. But he says that he couldn't change his mind after he said I was a bad player and I played well. It would have really put him in a...
Why didn't you change your mind, Malcolm?
He played reasonably well in the World Cup.
Hooray, hold on, that's the first time you've ever said that.
Cut it now, because we might as well go off because he's changed his opinion straight away.
That doesn't mean to say you're a good player.
I never said I was a good player. You said I was a bad player. I'm saying I'm a better player than you ever were.
I didn't say you weren't.
No, but this is my opinion against yours. You're entitled to your opinion, but you never ever change your mind, you see. This is the only thing about you. You've got a lot of pride and all that.
You talk about players, you know. It's not a personal thing between you and I. You talk about the standard of players. You talk about World Cup players, talk about midfield men. If you're going to compare yourself with Overath and Beckenbauer, Ball and Bell, and these fellas, Montiel, you know, if you think you're as good a player as them, I don't think you're as good a player as them. I think you're a good passer of the ball, a good one-pace player, but no acceleration. I don't think you're good in the air.
Is this a problem in no acceleration?
It's a problem if you're talking about world-class players.
There's stacks of players that have got no acceleration.
Alan Ball hasn't got any acceleration.
I'm as quick as Ball is. I don't say I'm a better player than Ball is, but I'm as quick as Ball is any day.
This is a matter of opinion. I don't.
It's
think
my opinion.
Yeah, it's your opinion.
Yeah.
But it's not my opinion.
No, it's not your opinion.
You see,
but the only people
is,
that listen to your opinion are people in Manchester City. Even at Manchester United, they don't listen to your opinion.
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask anybody to listen to my opinion. You know, I was asked to come.
You're projecting the image over on television where there's millions of people watching. Surely,
but
if you'd have turned around in the
that's
World Cup,
that's what I'm on television for, to give my opinions of certain things. I said that you never scored any goals. You played 124 games, 3 previous seasons to the World Cup. You scored 6 goals as a midfield
Very
player.
consistent.
As a midfield player, you know, and I feel that the way England were playing, you know, with 8 defenders or 9 defenders, all the defenders were playing well because they play at the expense of the forwards.
The only thing with you mob back here, sitting on your backsides out in Mexico, you're having a go. You couldn't lick Alf Ramsey's boots, and you wanted a job. If you had the job, they wouldn't play half as well for you as they played for him.
That's your opinion. You're entitled to.
I know, and it's the right opinion as well, because I know watching you every week and shouting and screaming on the line, I know they'd rather play for him or you.
He's not doing that now, Malcolm. Let's be fair. Yesterday he sat in the director's box and was quiet throughout the game.
He's getting all upset, you know, because
I'm entitled to get upset.
You're getting upset because you know you're big for England, okay? You know,
31 caps, 31 more than you.
All right, you're big for England. That's very good. You know, but you're playing in a system, in a situation, you know, where I think they need players with more flair. This is not against you personally.
Colin Bell?
Yes.
Of course, Colin Bell, because he plays for Manchester City. I rate Colin Bell a world-class player. But the thing is, he plays for Manchester City.
Well, that's nothing to do
with
Colin Bell.
Could I bring up a point, Mark, specifically, the job that he had to do on one game, particularly marking Pele. Now, Pele can't be an easy player to prevent scoring goals. And in fact, I remember I won 10 bob off you because I don't think Pele scored in that match.
Of course he did a good job. He marked Pele, you know.
Yeah. Isn't that vital in a team to have a man to do that?
I must come into this, Jim, because I don't think that sort of game is an easy sort of game for anybody. I think.
Just to mark
go
somebody
and
out
say,
of the
look,
game.
you've got to
because
mark
they've got
somebody. I think
700
this is an
defenders
easy
as
game.
well.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but I don't think this is. But comparing the other games, I thought I played reasonably well in all the other games, not only the one against Pelly, because it stopped Pelly from scoring. I think this was comparatively probably the easiest game.
Don't you think you've changed your game? You know, even in the World Cup, you know, when you got in the 6-yard box and scored that goal. You know, I'd never seen you in that situation before.
No, but Mal, this is where you didn't know enough
because I had
about
to
it.
take notice of the team manager. If the team manager said to me, get up there and get inside the box, before the Germany game, he said to me, look, I'm not restricting you in any way today. He said, if you find yourself in the box, he said, get in there, he said, and score goals. And that's where I was.
But you've
But
never done
before
that.
these games, he said to me, look, you are our first defender. You play in front of the back four. Now, I've respected this man for it, and I've done the job which he's told me to do. And I'll do the job if I get picked again. I won't listen to you or anybody
I
else.
didn't ask you to listen to me, but I'm just saying, well, when I've seen you play for Tottenham, you never get into them areas. You never get in them danger areas.
3 goals I've got this year, nearly scored
This
one
year,
against
but
you
that's what I'm
yesterday.
saying, this year.
Yeah.
But not before that. You played 124 games before that and scored 6 goals.
I should play another 124 and
But
probably
that's-
only score 6.
No, you aren't. I mean, you're getting into them areas now. You know, this has definitely affected your way of play.
What's the first quality you look for in a player, Malcolm?
Well, I like players with pace. You know, I like players who are quick.
What, who play 5 games a season?
I don't know what you mean by that. Play
Well,
five.
you mentioned to me another player, we won't mention now, a Spurs player, who play 5 games a season.
Yeah.
Hmm?
What?
Wouldn't you say the greatest quality of a player is one who plays 42 games a season?
Of course, it's the greatest quality.
Has he got it?
He plays 42 games the last 3 or 4 seasons he's played.
Yeah, I mean, but well.
Last 10 seasons.
Well, I mean,
I've played 41, 42 games. I've missed 8 games, I think, since I've been at Tottenham in 6 years.
All right, this is.
You're
I'm
not-
not saying.
Hold on a
you
minute.
never played
Hold on
as
a
many
minute.
games
Hold
as
on
I
a
did when I
minute.
was at
I am
Tottenham.
going to referee now, declare a draw, and shake hands, and let's finish the whole thing because I know really you both respect each other an awful lot. Can we have a handshake there? Well done, lads. Terrific.
I don't know about you, but I'd hate to play against that pair there, Malcolm Allison and Alan Mullery. And our thanks very much to them for coming into the studio today.